Greetings everyone, Reed here. Today we're going down, deep down, because we got big old boulder to get out of the ground. And it was only this little tiny piece sticking up, and I'm like, I don't want that rock there, I want to move it. So I started digging, kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and then turned into this giant thing. I'll throw up a photo too, so you can see what I was looking at initially and then how it got progressively larger in projects. But did this all by hand, digging it out. Using a good old trusty pickaxe and just brute strength. And we're gonna get this thing out. Now it weighs probably, I'm thinking around 450 to 600 pounds. It's big. And judging by my magnet on it, a bit of iron in this thing. So it's a little dense. I'm gonna show you guys how to get this thing out of the ground and raised out so you can remove a boulder using just brute strength in yourself. Old Egyptian method style. And if you haven't seen something like this, and it's a good thing to learn, especially if we're talking, grid down, no power tools available, got to do everything by hand. Good to know some old techniques. So let me get first part we're going to do here. So what I did is I've prepped up on the side. You can see where I've got these boards stuck in here to raise it up. We're going to put a bunch of rocks in there. And then we're going to pry up from the other end, put a bunch of rocks on that end, and rock it back and forth till we get it up to ground level. Sound good? All right, let's get started. Okay, so we've gone back on one side. Over there we've got rocks. Now we've filled back this back side over here with rocks. Just got to keep filling, and we can rotate this rock back and forth, and we will get it out of the hole. Just takes some time and a little bit of grumping, a couple swear words, maybe a little blood, a lot of sweat, maybe some tears too, but we'll get this thing out of the hole. But one thing to keep in mind when you're prepping and doing things is got to make certain you got enough strength, physical fitness, and such like that. So you got a lot of problems and everything else that's going to be physically demanding, you can do it. And I'm still behind the physical fitness curve. I'm still working on it. But at least I can still get a giant boulder out of the ground. All right, let me show you what it looks like once we got this thing out. Okay, everyone, big old giant boulder pulled out of its hole by backfilling and putting other stuff in there so that we can leverage it out. And it takes a couple boards and some other stuff and a little bit of griping, but yeah, it's out. Big old giant heavy boulder. And as you can see, that's why I say this place is crazy to do stuff on, because it's a giant crazy rock-filled nutball of a place. But if you ever have a giant boulder you got to get out of the ground, that's what you do. Backfill the hole, go back and forth, lever it back and forth, and then got it up to ground level, then you can get it out. Hopefully this is somewhat helpful to anyone, and you can laugh at me doing things the hard way, by hand tools and everything else, but it's important to be able to do that. Plus, I don't know backhoe. I want a backhoe, but I don't have one yet. Take care, everyone. Reed out.